There comes a moment in every hero's journey when they have to prove themselves. And today, they will save Spinoman from Dr. Apocalypse. And those heroes who will save Spinoman from Dr. Apocalypse, they are your Terrible Warriors. Welcome back to Terrible Warriors. I'm your director, Justin Ecock, and we are about to wrap up Chapter 2, Masks. It's great. I've been having a good time. I've been having a fun time. You guys have been making me laugh. I want to appreciate that for a moment. I like playing Powered by Apocalypse games because sometimes I just get to sit back and be the audience for a little while.
Sometimes you get to make us save Spinoman from Dr. Apocalypse.
And sometimes you get to save Spinoman from Dr. Apocalypse.
I'm sorry.
Can you say it any slower? You just
And
like to
today,
try.
on the final episode of Masks Chapter 2, the Terrible Warriors will save Spinoman from Dr. Apocalypse. You already heard that in the intro. I'm actually going to get Derek to read the intros for these episodes so that he has to then say it. It's going to be great. Today on the Terrible Warriors, we will. Anyways, I'm here with my Nova, who I'm actually going to incorporate into this episode because I've completely ignored you. I'm sorry, Scotty. I hope one day you'll forgive me.
I'm Scott.
Hi, Scott.
Don't forget me.
Don't
Spinoman!
forget me when I'm the Nova. Whoa.
Don't you forget about Scott. Don't.
Neon blast. The Bull. Joining for the first time on the show. Have you been enjoying it?
Oh, I love it. It's awesome.
I'm taking up like your entire afternoon.
Thanks. It's been great.
You're welcome. All right. Your name?
I'm Bernard, and I just want to say that it will be awfully embarrassing now if we are unable to save Spinoman from Dr. Apocalypse.
Yeah. Maybe you
I
get
don't
there.
wanna
He's
save him
already
anymore.
dead.
We get there and he's just been stabbed so many times.
So many spoilers. I don't think that episode's out yet.
No,
Is it in
but
Norlandia?
no, but this will
Stabbed so
air.
many
This will
times.
air after that.
Maybe. I actually don't know if that's
What?
true.
Oh well, maybe spoilers. Justin can just dub over that
So
with the
many
long fart
times.
sound he made earlier before
So-
we were recording.
So many times. But anyway, Bernard joining us playing the Bull, who is off to save his rival, Spinoman, from the evil Dr. Apocalypse.
And Spinoman brand baseball bats.
And I am just loving how much you hate this. You're like, of all the people you chose to save, you chose to be salty.
Don't worry, everybody. I've been taking pictures of how upset that Derek is getting, and it's going to be the best.
Have I achieved Connell face yet?
The
Yeah, you're pretty close.
protege is being played by Derek the Bard, who can't
I'm
speak.
playing Johnny Slade the Horizon Knight, and you know what? My character's angry right now. I'm angry. I want to go punch Dr. Apocalypse in the face repeatedly and then go save the world.
And finally, rounding it up, the only person here with ulterior motives to the group because her brother is probably dead.
Probably.
And she
just-
won't
just
tell us
so
what's wrong
dead.
so we can help.
Look, I have like a social life to worry about. Okay, you don't get it.
How much potential do you have?
I'm getting pretty close. I got 4.
Yes.
I got 5.
I'm really looking
So-
forward to your moment of truth.
Hi, it's Bree.
It's Bree, everyone. Bree. So, when we last left off our team, they had just taken off into battle. We return to them now in the beginning of this episode as they're in one of the, want to call Orion's something, a little aircraft that they're heading towards.
They're probably
Central
energy
Park.
bubbles under like a projector array that's mounted on a drone.
Yep. That's cool. That's a thing. So you're on a comet.
Yes.
You're on Orion's comet.
Oh god damn it.
And,
He's never gonna stop.
and you're shooting star all the way to the park.
Yeah.
When you wish upon a star.
Actually, there's a Japanese rock song that showed up in Kamen Rider Forze that was called Hello Shooting Star. I'll play it for you afterwards. It's the perfect fight music.
If this was a TV show adaptation of this comic book, this episode would begin with Disney's When You Wish Upon a Star, sung by Jiminy Cricket. And as it's going on, there's like people at home, and then like you hear like screaming and running, and then it goes outside, and while this as Apocalypse is out there going, ah, blast, ah,
blast.
His science gun that you can't see Justin mimicking is shaped like a shotgun. So he has to pump it every time he fires, and it just it fires like 6 energy blasts at once.
Like Contra guns, like spread fire, but like big energy balls. And then meanwhile, above in the background, there's this moving comet, and there's like all the different apocalypse scenes that are going on, and they're all like they're there, but their goons are like setting up equipment in the background. Bam! But he's not killing anyone. He's just like keeping a perimeter while his goons are setting up these equipment. And then as it goes in the center of there's a 4, and then there's a 5th one in the center, and he's got Spinoman on a cherry picker hanging upside down, tied by his legs, as his men 2 of them are beating him with Spinoman branded baseball bats, while others are turning the whole fountain into what looks like a satellite array. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. And then there's you guys.
And then it's
how do you want to enter this scene? Because you get to describe your superhero landing entrance.
Guys, cool. We're all cool. Standard superhero landing.
Yeah.
I think we just go down
together,
one after the other.
Oh, just.
Okay, so each of you then you can each describe for me your entrance.
Okay.
This is your splash panel. Not a whole page, but each of you gets a full vertical frame that fills up the whole page that then connects together into the scene. But you each kind of I don't know, give a cheesy line.
Alrighty.
So Nova.
I'm jumping down first, okay? And as I'm jumping off this shooting star, I'm just going full I'm going in this 80s action kind of thing with exactly. So I'm jumping down in the air. I shoot a blast or 2 off just to be kind of cool. Break some equipment. As I hit the ground, I make sure to have a cheesy one-liner.
My cabbages.
Just because we had the whole Disney motif, I'm gonna hit the ground and be we'll be back to, what do you call it? We'll be back to the wonderful world of apocalypse after these messages. And I go and blow something else up.
Bull, how are you entering?
Standard superhero landing,
Superhero landing!
One, and then get up, look at all the goons and Dr. Apocalypse and say, Doc, your Hospital 25 is just about to hit the teens.
He's like, is that supposed to intimidate me? He's really having a moment. You can't stop us all. You can't be in 5 places at once. There's only 4 of you.
So Horizon Knight literally accelerates downwards, hits the superhero landing, and as he does, the weapon systems in his
when you hit
armor,
the ground, is there a hard light cushion that kind of so the ground doesn't crack out like a shield?
There's a flash of light as he hits the ground, and as he's standing up, hard light weapons are forming out of his armor.
Because I think you got Mass Effect style kinetic shielding.
Yeah.
So that's that activate just before you hit the ground to cushion your blows, so you don't crumple your knees.
Yeah. As the only one here without superpowers. Yeah. He stands up, hard light weapons are cannons are growing out of his shoulders, and holographic targeting arrays are actually appearing in front of his face.
Okay, that's really overkill.
This is hero entrance.
This is why I hate following him. He always goes in the middle.
That's the fourth phrase. This is why I always hate following you, is you just kind of land, and you're like, hey, let's do this.
Hey, what up? I use that, I take the kinetic energy, and I stop the fall, and then I just, step down, and I'm
You take the kinetic energy, but you have to redirect it somewhere as you establish, so you actually crack the ground under you.
Yeah, just little shockwave.
Yeah, and the tiniest, most elegant, just your toe
the
hits
most
the ground.
elegant,
big crater.
down on the ground is just
Yeah, but no, it's that split second after you gracefully step down onto the ground.
Yeah, there's that second, and then just
Yeah, or you just snap your fingers, and then that
we're
releases
having
the
a
kinetic
Shiva
energy
Final
out.
Fantasy X moment.
It kind of comes out, and you just kind of bing, and it just all comes out of your hands, and just all the trees just kind of go, whoa.
Oh, that's cool, too.
And I thought my powers were crazy.
Except yours are out of control.
Suddenly you feel so much better about your life.
Okay, hold on. When you share a moment of vulnerability, what happens in your teammate mode? Read your teammate move.
Oh, my team move?
Yeah, when you share a moment of
vulnerability. Okay, when you share a vulnerability or weakness with somebody, tell them how they could stop you if it came down to it.
give them influence over you, and clear conditions.
Do you already have influence over Nova?
I do.
Okay, so you're gonna get to shift his label, and how could if she had to, how could she stop you? We're gonna
Just
have a
tell me
quick
my mother
flashback.
Martha. No, I'm just kidding.
We're gonna have a quick flashback to back at Array and Base where you let her know,
Okay.
like if something were to happen, what
gosh.
she could do.
Holy cow! I never thought about the. What could she do? What could she do?
She can absorb all of
Yeah, I
your
was
power.
gonna
Yeah, she
say,
could
is it
actually-
just
yeah,
like
that's what I was gonna say.
absorb all your
Yes.
power? But then where do I put it?
into space.
Shooting. Make me
'Cause you-
supernova.
His power goes everywhere,
Yeah.
but you can
I can
focus.
pull it in.
I'm gonna tell
And
you
then
something
you
here,
become
Obscura.
just a pointing light instead. You can be a laser beam where he's a cannon, right?
Okay, so our flashback now. So we're hanging out, sitting on some comfortable couches. They're pretty comfy, and so I'm gonna tell her. I gotta tell you something here, Obscura. I've noticed that you're able to like absorb energy. I remember when we were eating pizza up top that you just took everything out of it and it became nothing. As you can tell, I've got crazy powers. I've got this cosmic energy.
I got crazy.
I'm
power.
still not 100% sure where it comes from, but of all the people here, I think you're the only one that if I get out of control, that you can absorb my energy to stop it. If it comes to that, I want you to do that, please. If I become completely...
If Dr. Apocalypse was Deadpool, he'd be getting into the frame going, enough of this flashback and back to the action! We know you already said that!
Anyway, she agrees. She's like, yeah.
And
I got
so you already have influence, so which label would you like to shift from? And mark potential.
Sure.
I mean, I think this is gonna hit his freak up more and take away his mundane.
Cool. Mundane down, freak up.
His mundane can't actually go any lower, and his freak can't
Is his
go any higher.
mundane too low?
Oh
No,
shit!
my
is he?
mundane's at minus
Oh,
one.
now
Okay.
his freak
Minus-
is now max, his mundane is now minimum.
Freak is
Yeah.
max.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freak on a leash.
If either of them shift again, though, you take a condition.
Okay.
So we now have you can directly engage the threat. You can pierce the mask. You can provoke, assess, unleash your powers. This is your moment here. He is. You have Spinoman is tied up in front of the fountain. Behind him is what seems to be an assembly of a large device that the other members of the 25 are putting together. Apocalypse is standing in front of all of this, billowing his coat with his energy burn, going, "You'll never stop all of us in time. Finally, after 35 years, I'll be able to complete it and recreate the world in my image."
Boy, if I was a better superhero, I really would have used that kinetic energy I used on my cool landing to like knock them down, huh?
Can I just... I feel like I want to just like shoot a little beam at him to get him to shut up.
Okay,
So I'm going to...
do you want to directly engage the threat or unleash your... You see, unleashing your powers is overcoming an obstacle, reshaping the environment to the extent of your senses, but it's like, this is more than just using your powers. This is pushing them to its limit.
But this is also how you feel all of your moves for the Nova.
You also have other moves in your playbook
That
as
he
well.
needs,
if
he
you'd
needs to
like
actually
use.
unleash his powers to do those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go
Okay.
for the Nova. What do? You wanted to move first.
Okay, so I'm thinking, because obviously we have this egotistical Dr. Apocalypse out there going crazy, and he's talking the whole time. So I'm thinking to start this whole off, because he thinks he's so powerful, I'm going to unleash my powers. And so, overcome an obstacle, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just trying to think if I should silent... No, I might as well just attack him completely, though, so...
Okay.
Just thinking, I guess the only... So I can make something...
He's like, he'll never stop all of us, and you're just like, "Bah!"
Oh, so wait. Okay. Oh, crap. No, I'll just unleash my powers, and I guess... Try to think... These are my attacks, though, right? My 4 burns in here, the moves, or...
Yeah.
Okay, so...
The ones that you chose.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, basically, you roll for to unleash your powers to see how much burn you get off of that. And then
Oh,
go
okay,
from
so I
there.
have to do that first.
Yeah.
All right, so unleash my powers. So we have 9 plus my freak is 3, so we have 12.
So I think you get 4 burn off of that.
Okay. So I have 4 burns, so... I will spend... I'm trying to think. Could I use my worship to spend 1 burn to, like... So it says you can awe your audience, put them into silence, respect, or attention. I feel like right now I want to show off and I want to use my worship to try to silence him completely from what he's talking about. Do I have to roll for that or?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
was it?
It just says spend 1 burn to awe an audience and to silence respect and
Spend
attention.
1 burn. Where did you get a burn?
He just unleashed his powers. He got a 12 on it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was. Okay. Sorry. I was just reading. I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay.
You can spend 1 burn. You can do that move.
Okay, then. I'll do that. Basically, I'll be, so right when Apocalypse is talking, I'm going to be like, hey, buddy, quiet down here. You're not the one with the real firepower. And I'm just kind of unleashing my power. Put them all in silence there.
Well, how are you unleashing your power, though? Is like, what kind of power are you putting out?
Oh, I would just assume, just like the cosmic energy I use.
Wait, right, but what do you use? Are you blasting something with it? Are you like making like an energy cloak and levitating on it? It's kind of the thing. Is the
Okay.
The game. One of the big things about this game is that whenever you take an action, the actions are very vague because they want you to describe what you're doing
Okay.
and how you're affecting the environment and the story.
Okay. All right, then. Okay. So, as I unleash my powers, I'm levitating in the air. I have 2 beams projecting me from my hands as I'm flying into the air, basically to try to command over the audience here. And again, showing off my powers, I'm saying to Dr. Apocalypse here, I'm telling him no matter what. I'm trying to think of what to say.
You're saying something profound.
I'm trying, yeah.
Yeah. That's a fine. You're
Yeah.
not. You aren't the Nova. You're
Yeah.
just Scotty. So if you you don't have to give me a verbatim if you don't want to, but you rise up into the air.
Yeah.
You've got this going for you. What do you want to do? Are you trying to provoke or fear, or you want to attack him?
No, I'm going to attack him for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
I just kind of want to go that over the top way, and then I'm going to attack the one who is kind of the one with the shotgun who's leading the group at the moment.
Yeah, that's Apocalypse.
Yeah. Oh, there's 5 of them. So I was saying which.
Oh no, they're the other 4 are in other parts of the city.
There are 5 Apocalypse.
Okay. I thought he was so crazy that
They're
he
in
had them
5.
all.
They're in 5 different locations around the
okay.
city, each setting up, as we saw in the opening montage when we were the shooting
Oh,
servers
yeah,
going.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
each setting
Oh,
up their own
okay.
equipment. But you've gone to the central one where he's got Spinoman,
Okay.
and he's building up the biggest equipment.
Oh, okay then.
So you got 1 Apocalypse, and you got like 5 goons that are all here.
Okay. So
2 on Spider-Man and 3 on the equipment.
okay. Well, what kind of equipment is it? Do you, like,
It's hard to tell. Like I
okay.
said, it looks like they're converting the water fountain into like a satellite dish.
Okay. Just trying. Well,
Do you want to just hurt him?
Yeah, I'll just hurt
Do
him.
you want to just knock
Yeah,
him out? Okay.
sure.
So you get up there, and he's going to throw in one of his own moves where he can throw up blocks. He can block the move in the wall, and he's got 5 goons. So you're up there, and you make this great big speech, and you go, and you fire the cosmic ray down on him. And just before that happens, he grabs one of the pinata goons and puts him in front of the beam, and then he backs off and lets this other guy take the full blast.
Okay.
And then what he does is he goes like, yes, I see. However, you brought a bull to the china shop, and he releases some kind of aerosol gas from his arms, and you see the 4 remaining goons that weren't hit by the cosmic ray all begin to like power up. And the bull, specifically Bernard, you're just outside the gas, but you can see as soon as the gas reaches them and it shot out real fast, they all started like steroid rippling, growing, hulking out. So just let that knowledge be what it is. They're powering up, and it's like you'll never stop us in time. And he begins to he's just kind of he's up, but he's like, he's backing away. He's not gonna take you on head on, but his plan has already begun. He has spent too long to let you stop him now. The 3 of you here.
I am angry. I am going to directly engage the threat so I can activate my venting frustration move.
Okay. Does anyone want to help too? If there's any moves that you'd like to jump in on, we can do that. You can throw in a team pool, and you can say how you assist the other player's move.
Yeah, please throw in team pool. My freak is at -1, but I'm going to just open fire on the. You said they're setting up like an array or a satellite dish. I'm gonna just blow it the fuck up.
Okay.
We'll open this fight with some property damage.
Okay.
But I also want to. Sorry, did I have any burn left? I just want to ask because I'd like to spend.
I
one
don't
to
know
boost.
how your powers work
Oh, okay.
specifically. Does it say you get more than one burn when you rolled that unleash powers? Or do you have to do the power move every time to generate more burn?
It doesn't really say here.
Let me see your playbook then. I gotta read it.
Can I roll or do you want me to hold for a minute?
When you charge up your powers, roll conditions you currently have marked. On a hit, hold 3 burn. When you charge up your powers, roll plus conditions. It has nothing to do about. On a miss, hold 2 burn and mark 3 conditions. Spend your burn on your flares. You lose burn at the end of the scene. So you've chosen your flares, constructs, worship, boost, and overcharge. Spend 1 burn. So this is not you don't overpower to charge your powers. You have to charge your powers. You have to spend that time charging, and you roll for conditions, which you have none. So when you rolled plus conditions,
12,
you just rolled a natural 12. You rolled 2 6s.
Oh no! I rolled 9 without the.
Okay, so
plus 3.
On a 7 to 9,
Yeah.
mark a condition: afraid, angry, guilty, hopeless, or insecure, and you get 3 on a hit. Yeah, so you get 3 burns. So you have 3 burns.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say now you're also insecure.
Okay.
So you kind of went up and you're ready to do this, but you're not too secure exactly. You've never really thrown your powers out like this. And so you have 2 burns left. If you miss, you still get your burns, but you'd get 3 conditions on it. And if you ever get 5 conditions, you're out of the scene.
Okay.
And then what did you spend overcharge? What was the flare you used? What was the move here on the board?
Because I did the worship, so I had burned my 1.
You put out a tremendous display of your might. Spend 1 burn to awe an audience to silent respect and attention when you unleash your powers. So, you use worship, you do this big thing, and it slows everyone down, and they're all kind of looking at you mesmerized. Even the goons stop what they were doing, and they're like, whoa, what is this guy? Because you're like showing up as, I am your god, you will bow to me. And then you unleash your powers, which is a separate move. When you unleash your powers to overcome an obstacle, Dr. Apocalypse, you roll freak. On that hit, on a 7 to 9, you mark condition, and so you roll again on the freak. Sorry, we're just having to retroactively do this.
Yeah, that's my bad. I called the.
So you rolled a 2.
Well, there we go.
On a freak, you're not going to get a hit. So you miss when you unleash your powers. They're standing there in awe. However, you are going to get another condition because you missed it, and your power isn't going to hit the goon and knock him out.
Okay.
It's actually going to go unstable.
But can I, is this like an energy beam? Can I grab this and redirect it?
He's flown all the way up into the air to do his whole worship move. And everyone's looking up going, whoa! And so you are going to... I'm going to give you hopeless, -2 to unleash your powers because it sucked. So you got 2 conditions on you.
Okay.
And your power, you don't get to describe how it goes unstable. You wanted to direct your beam at Dr. Apocalypse, and he was like going, what is this creature? And the beam doesn't go at him. When you go to shoot it, it goes out, and it just it catches trees on fire. It cracks the ground, and it just doesn't go where you want it to go. It's like it went everywhere except where you were aiming, and it just sent out this cosmic crackle in every direction. And he looks up and he just starts laughing, which is why you get the like you're no longer sure about unleashing your powers because that didn't work out the way it was supposed to. That's not how my powers are. What are you, Jubilee? So so we had to go back in time to fix that, but that's how those flares. You still have 2 burns, but you have to charge your powers, and then some of those flares say you then unleash your powers, which is a separate roll.
Okay,
cool. Figured it out. So we got 5 goons because the 4th.
I'm gonna blast.
But they're still all being powered up. He still goes.
I'm gonna
aerosol can
I'm gonna
spray.
blast the laughing Dr. Apocalypse in the face.
Okay.
Because that. You're like, he's just laughing now.
So are you directly engaging a threat?
Yeah, and I'm using my venting frustration move.
Okay, how does that work? Describe the
if
trigger.
I'm angry right now.
Yeah.
If I successfully directly engaged
Oh, this
when
is
you're
to
angry.
clear the condition?
Yeah.
Okay.
I roll plus freak, and clear angry.
Yeah, to hurt someone or break something.
Oh, I have to
important.
hit him with the directly engaged first, and then.
Oh, this is a protege move.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That was my bad for not clarifying. So this may not go well. I'm at -1 freak, so I may need some people to help with some team points here.
Okay.
But we'll see if it helps. Oh God, yeah. I got a 6, so that's a 5.
Okay, so how does anyone else want to help him vent his anger? How is that kind of?
Well, no, this is the attack move. Vent anger only happens if the attack move if the directly engaged is successful.
Okay.
It's one move that goes off of another move. It's one roll that goes off of another roll.
So
of the first
venting
roll.
didn't succeed.
No, the attack roll didn't succeed.
Okay.
So I can't vent if the attack doesn't succeed. So I miss.
Okay, so
Unless someone spends team for it.
Well, I was gonna say.
okay, so you're just gonna mark a condition if you miss, and your attack just goes wide. You're not actually going to engage
Right.
in the
That's
threat.
why I'm saying if anyone wants to spend team, it's the only way I get up there.
Do you just need one? Because
I need 2.
You need 2. Okay. So I have to roll to use each of these.
No, it's just
Okay.
if
This
anyone.
pool of points we have in the middle of the
No,
table.
no. I'm looking at a.
There's no roll
skill.
to make. There's no skill to make. This is assisting.
It's
team
literally
pool.
just
all.
pull
No,
things
I have a
Simple.
skill that gives a +1 without having to touch the team pool. Like I can boost his power with mine. That's one of my flares.
Okay, sorry. Then we were just asking then how you can help. Boost. Spend 1 burn to supercharge the team with your powers, giving them a +1 to their rolls if you spend 2 more. Yeah, that though would have had to be spent before the roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then.
That's like I will boost your power for the next thing. It's like a overcharge thing in Overwatch, right? Yeah, you're ready to go. Off you go. I'm not going to let that be retroactive. If you would like to help with his attack from the team pool, all you got to do is tell me how you do it. Because I don't know how you would, because I don't have a mental picture on what
It
your
doesn't cost you an
characters would
action
do.
or anything to do it.
Well, it would narratively. It would be like I help you aim, or I move in, or I distract him so he doesn't dodge. Spending team pool can be done as long as you can find a narrative excuse on how it's spent.
All it says is anyone working with the team can spend team 1 for 1 to help the teammate.
Exactly, but in details in the book, it means like
Okay.
you're helping
Okay, then I
narratively
miss.
as well, right? And if you guys want, it's fine. Like if any of you can you can engage as well and help distract Apocalypse so that he takes the hit and he can take like a minus to bring that. Like I could explain how that works. Just who wants to do it? Who wants to?
I'll do it. The enforcer, when getting down, will look for some piece of large equipment and find the largest, heaviest thing he can. Park bench, rip it up, and he will literally do a bit of a hammer toss towards Dr. Apocalypse and his goon squad.
Excellent. And while that's happening and he's dodging it out, how can the Janus... How can you help?
So there are
assist?
like some trees and stuff on fire nearby,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab like the heat energy from the fire, like suck it up and throw it in his direction.
All right,
as
so
well,
you turn
right?
yourself into a flamethrower as a park bench is coming at him, and that's just enough. In the middle of that, he's going, "What?" And he's no longer paying attention. Your attack will hit.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I catch him with an energy blast. Then from like the 2 shoulder cannons, zoom in.
Okay.
And they open fire, and it's just like repeating beams of light.
Yeah, and as it's going at him, like he's got his own kind of armor set up here. It's not the same hard light stuff going on, but it's almost like it's some kind of it's armor. It's coming at him, and he gets hit and he's taking a blow, which he has so many conditions that he can take before he has to retreat. But what am I gonna?
Yeah, it gives
I
me
already
one
spent
option on a
actually,
7
when
to
I threw it
9.
at the wall.
I pick one. Resist or avoid their blows. Take something from them. Create an opportunity for your allies. I'm going to create an opportunity for my allies. Is that
so? He takes cover under the fire, like you got him under suppressing fire because of all of this, and that gives everyone else an opportunity now to make a move without Apocalypse actively doing anything.
and now I can vent frustration. And now I can see if I can vent frustration.
Okay.
Nothing happens if I fail.
It's fine. This is like the first time we've done combat in this campaign, so we're sort of learning the rules
That's a
in the
6.
final
It doesn't
episode.
succeed. I'm still pretty fucking pissed off.
Okay, so take another condition, hopeless, because you're still angry. And you're never going to
It doesn't
not be
actually
angry.
give an option for failing.
Even when you roll a miss, whenever you roll under 6, you take a condition.
Do you?
Yeah, it's just or mark potential at least.
I go over 6 potential. Then.
No, then you've already hit your advancement, and then you start marking potential again up your
Okay, I unlock Moment of Truth, and I.
You don't have to use Moment of Truth, but you've unlocked it.
Yep.
And now you're starting your advancement track again.
Hopefully, I'll get a chance to actually use it.
Every time you roll, and even that team pool, they had to assist. You still rolled under 6. You mark a potential for that. Every time you roll under 6,
really?
regardless of the situation, every time you roll under 6,
Shit, okay.
you mark potential. It's designed to go quick.
Okay.
You're always learning from every move, especially when you need everyone else's help.
Okay.
So we got the Bull and we got the Janice. I know you helped out with the Protege, but I'd like you to have a moment as well. So just as that's happening, the array has been completed. It was already near completion when you arrived. Spinoman is like, ouch! Oh, this is hurting. I'm gonna go down. Someone get me down before I'm gone forever. I'm a goner. Oh no, what's gonna happen? And meanwhile, the array is it's starting to glow blue, and a little beam of light is connecting to a point up in the sky.
Oh dear God, it's a sky beam.
Those are never good.
We've hit peak Marvel now.
So, with the 2 goons beating...
Is this still nighttime? It's still nighttime, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah.
With the 2
Same
goons...
night. It's the same night that the whole pizza thing happened.
Yeah.
With the 2 goons beating Spinoman...
Yeah.
And anyone guarding who can prevent her from sucking the energy from the...
Well, there's the 3 guys on the array that she'd have to get past.
Can I... would they count as an insurmountable barrier for physics? What, physics? Just do a full charge?
I mean, there's 3 of them. That's a lot.
You could... Let's see the roll, and then we'll talk it out.
Okay.
Let's see what you want to do. The insurmountable barrier would be more like if there's like a blockade, but
So that was
3 guys around a fountain.
Plus I can use my danger. That would have been an 8.
Okay, so an 8's not going to be high enough to knock them all out, but you can explain the obstacle on how the rest of it triggers. You can read it out for me.
Just let him roll danger instead of freak when he's going through, when he's unleashing. When he's
Unleashing power.
Oh, okay. So you unleash your power, you're reshaping, but on a 7 to 9, it's unstable. So what'll have happen is when you go in to take out them, you enter into the mist that's powering them up. So now your strength is also going to be unstable along with them. And you knock one of them out of the way, and you're going to be directly engaging the second threat, and you'll be trading blows.
Okay.
But you're also like getting stronger, and your powers are going to start having rando effects.
unforeseen consequences.
Unforeseen. We don't know what this mist is going to be doing to you, and what exactly Apocalypse has put in your system. So, I mean, he's the only one. He made you. He made you what you are. You are his monster, his plaything.
No.
So we will. If you let's roll real quick. Do you have any conditions?
No, I don't.
Okay, sure. Just roll two sixes.
7.
Okay. You will. I'm gonna choose. You can struggle past the pain, and take 2 conditions. You can give ground and give that second opponent an opportunity, or you can provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition.
I will. You know what seems better for good role play? I'll take the 2 conditions.
Okay. All right. So you can choose which 2 conditions you feel are appropriate, and so you're just going back and forth. You're working through the pain as you're now taking it on, and those conditions are well. Let's make sense as this mist is taking over for you. Maybe
Hopeless.
helpless, and afraid. And we now head over to you've got one guy out, another guy engaged, the third one's on the other side. You have an opportunity to if you want to
So, I mean,
do your thing.
I think what I want to do, like,
So much for Spinoman. I thought you guys were all coming here to save Spinoman from Dr.
I don't
Apocalypse.
give a shit about Spinoman.
Well, that at first
I was
requires
honest.
us to actually fight Dr. Apocalypse.
I was honest. I didn't give a shit.
You got him hidden. All right, so you're off to.
So I mean, I want to. Is this like, is it going to use my whole turn if I assess what this beam is, or do I just know?
If you assess the beam, I'm going to let you know exactly what happens next with the beam as it continues to power. It's happening quite quickly. And this is like, I know we're doing things second by second, but
Okay,
I'll
and-
let you know. You can go ahead and assess the situation. I'll explain to you what the beam is doing.
Because I'm either going to assess the situation on the beam or I'm just going to try and grab it and like throw it basically into the third dude. But I don't know if that's going to
I don't
do
know
anything.
if
It could just be
is-
light.
It's really kind of this is a big.
I literally might just
size
turn
of
myself
this
into a
room
flashlight.
on top of this big Central Park style fountain, and the whole thing's been converted into a giant satellite dish. I don't know how you would pick that up, as it's like bolted.
No, just the beam. Like kind of like jump up and grab the beam.
Oh, just
like
grab the
literally like
energy
parkour
and then be like, "I'm a mirror."
until I'm close enough. Yeah, and just bend it.
Okay,
Like
that's crazy. Why
yeah,
don't you
that's
assess
super
the
crazy.
situation?
Yeah, I'll assess that.
I mean, whatever. You can do whatever you want. 6.
That's
Mark potential.
That's a
no,
9.
that's a 9.
Oh,
like
I'm
it's
sorry.
a 4 and a 5.
I thought that was a 1.
No.
Okay, that's a 9. Never mind. You get to ask me one of these questions.
Plus superior. What's your superior?
What's your superior stat?
That's nothing. It's 0.
Okay, so what here can I use to blank? What here is the biggest threat? What here is the greatest danger? Who here is most vulnerable? How else could you best end the situation? Or just ask me a question about the situation if none of those really fit. I'm not going to force you into that.
I mean, how best can we end this quickly is such a big freaking question that I feel bad
You can best
answering
end this
it.
quickly by turning off the power source to
Yeah,
this beam.
like-
The beam is in the sky is connecting to 4 other beams from 4 other sites. And in the center you see it's a portal opening up to a daylight sky.
Oh, I get it. That's bad.
Wait, Justin, you told me you didn't have this thing when I asked about that. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I asked if he caused it. He didn't cause it. He's taking
He's
advantage.
taking advantage of it using a 30-year-old plan that was halted when the wall went up. Now that the wall's down, it's back to plan A.
I'm going to hijack his plan so
Is that-
hard.
Is that what I did, or can I do a thing real quick?
Yeah, you can do a thing real quick. I'm not going to cut you off for the kneecaps.
So I'm gonna run over to like I assume it's got like a big power cord on
Yeah,
it.
this is going to be unleash your powers because you don't really know if your powers can do what this is.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what this, right? That's what
This
this is.
is
That's exactly
potentially
what this is.
not fantastic because I have a -1 on freak. It's 4 and a 3. 7 -1, so it's a 6.
Okay, mark your potential.
Yeah, that's full.
Okay, do you want to then immediately turn this into a moment of truth?
We could.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because that will successfully do what you want to
Okay,
do.
let's do
'cause
it.
You won't be able to do it through unleash your powers.
Let's do it.
So you don't work this out. You hit the beam and you climb onto it and you go to touch it and it burns your hand. That doesn't happen. You absorb energy, but it hurts. But you think you can still do what you do. But when it burns your hand, it's burned off part of your suit.
It's burned off the suit.
Right.
Yep.
So this is how it's gonna go.
This is how it's gonna
right?
be.
Do you want to have the moment of truth?
Yeah, let's have the moment of truth.
Read out
Let's
your
do it.
moment of truth.
My moment of truth
Sorry,
is
Derek, you're not the first one to do it, but I know you're gonna get your moment soon.
the mask is a lie, and some piece of you has always known that. It doesn't matter if others can see it. You're the one that can do the impossible. Mask off, costume on, and you're gonna save the damn day. Of course, you'd better hope no one nasty is watching.
So it'd be like a shower of sparks in her face, then burning off the mask.
That's just it. Is she's going to be able to do what she wants to the beam, but it's going to reveal her identity to the team,
Yeah.
right? And so Apocalypse sees this, and he's going, "No, you can't! I've waited too long for this!" And he starts just whining as you take the beam into your hands, but the light is like, it melts the mask off your face, and as you take the beam from your hands, and you're able to absorb it just enough to then redirect it like a mirror. And where did you want to redirect it into?
Dr. Apocalypse.
I mean,
Apocalypse, the
do we
array
wanna
itself,
murder- Well, like
into
let's definitely.
Spinoman,
He's just such a jerk.
Spider-Man is spread across multiple dimensions.
into the Nova.
Oh, that
see
sounds
what
like
happens?
a terrible idea.
That sounds like an amazing idea.
That sounds like a terrible idea. But is there a certain degree of I'm having a hard time
Or do you want to just be like
this?
Spock in Wrath of Khan and just like push it in and just fix it with your hands?
Well, I'm
Just
hoping that if I
run it.
push it in, it can kind of overload the whole thing and it'll
yeah.
just explode.
Probably.
Which seems like a better idea than let me just take it from up here and then move it down and like
Yeah.
like a light.
So as soon as
in
you do
Zelda.
that, and as soon as you block the beam with your hands, you're like covering it over, and that the light like melts the mask off, and your face is exposed. You're like, and also like lit up, real bright. Everyone can see. You're like,
Oh, good, and
"Ah!"
there were people filming this.
You see the 4 beams without the central beam to connect to just kind of scatter in different directions, and the sun the daylight. The portal begins to like fade and blend away, and it's heating up. It will blow up, and it'll go away. But when that happens, your mask is gone, and you'll succeed in this.
Hold the beam. All right,
don't know
let's
how
do
this
this.
helps the brother,
well, no.
I don't know how this helps my brother either.
If she, I have an idea for using my moment of truth on that one before it explodes, because you've already lost the mask. We've already seen you for who you are.
I was hoping this was going to be a task that only the Nova could tackle, but
That's okay.
People are
I've
Twitch
got-
streaming this.
I have an idea
Yeah?
to incorporate everyone into this, basically. Because I'm going to activate my moment of truth.
okay.
The moment that you show who you really are, your mentor or something different, you can do what whatever your mentor could do and more. You can do the incredible, even the things they always failed to accomplish. Of course, they're not going to see you the same way no matter which path you choose. I've been really going down the path of like the leader here, of like directing the team.
Yeah, you're no longer in Orion's shadow after you do this move.
No, I'm going to take everything that we have and I'm going to fix the problem that my mentor just put a fucking Band-Aid on. Is that we have her she's got the beam directed enough, like held down right now. We've got a limited amount of time. We need the enforcer to hold that thing together. To basically get
So it doesn't break apart.
Yeah, to get it apart and to direct it properly into the other beams.
Okay. Which is definitely gonna be that'll be another unleashing powers, but you've got this power up gas. Who knows what it's doing?
The Nova, we need him to alter the frequency of the beam that Apocalypse is using, so that we're reinforcing the barrier rather than ripping it apart like Apocalypse is trying to do.
Okay.
And that's where I come in because I know the wavelengths that we need, and I communicate to him how he can direct his power that way. This is like the moment of science.
That's actually not gonna be a roll because a moment of truth is just it happens.
Yeah, but it's like he's shouting instructions. He's like, Enforcer, I need you to hold it together.
Like now you're finally coming together as a team.
When I say let it go. Neon Blast, he says, finally not saying it as a joke.
Not ironically.
I need you to match your wavelength to this, and he projects it up into the air.
Okay.
On my mark, go.
All right.
And
Yeah,
so
and I'm trying to fix the barrier.
so the beam shoots back up again.
Yeah, it like changes color though to fit with
but this time it's going up through the Nova.
Yeah.
And when it goes through you, the blue becomes now this like yellow and red beam that's coming out of your hands, like two new frequencies that are being modulated as it's being generated from your absorption into your cosmic abilities.
energies.
The whole time we got Enforcer down like on the shield. You're like body pressed out, holding it down like it's gonna explode, but you're just keeping it in from like falling apart because you just gotta hold on for one more moment.
Yeah,
and you're like all your strength kind of pulling. I'm thinking Peter Parker in front of the train, right? You're just straining to bring prevent the dish from breaking apart, and you're on here with all of your equipment monitoring
it's like the dozens of holographic monitors in front of him.
And when it goes up, you see the sunlight of the day of the portal reopening, but this time there's like a red film going over the sky as this portal begins to like harden up.
Yeah.
It's like a shield that you're building
essentially
up.
like reality reasserts, all the wavelengths reassert themselves.
And the blue beams from the 4 other arrays change to red and yellow, and they go down, and you start hearing boom, 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 boom all around town as they start blowing up from this feedback as the beams are being bounced back from this new mirror that you've built, a new wall. That's been put up. Maybe it's not the wall between all worlds, but it's definitely a wall for your world.
Well, the wall that they put up before didn't work anyway.
And
do like the glowing blue buildings that have been switched over start to like fade back in?
in fact, the Dr. Apocalypse at this fountain wasn't one from our world.
Okay.
And he's like, no, he fades. And he disappears, which means that everyone's gone back to the world they belong in.
Awesome.
And
Or at least so we assume.
so I know it's a bit of a Deus Ex Machina moment, but that's exactly
what the moment of truth
exactly
is.
what the moment of truth is for. And
the goons without Apocalypse there, the gas only works for so long, right? It's dissipated and it's starting to wear off. And you can feel like your strength is returning back to its still super meta-human strength, Bernard, but it's not this like overpoweredness. And you're like, uh-oh. But as it seems to be done, the protege gives the cue, hey, let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
And you let go. It bows in on itself and explodes. You absorb the explosion, so it doesn't take out the collateral damage around people. The Janus and Nova, you're just like, holy fuck, what was all this about? I was useful, but maybe you were just like a lens. Is that? I guess that's your.
I would assume so.
You're just that's your role. You're just corrective lenses for the
exactly.
group.
I am our
lenses
reality's
of the universe.
glasses.
And meanwhile, we'll just cut back to Orion base where Hunter and Orion are still like debating about what to do and contacting the Zodiacs when all of a sudden the screen goes yellow. Not blue, not red, but like yellow. And it's like he's looking at it and the frequency's wrong, but the sensors are right. The incursions have stopped, but there's something else holding the barrier together. And he's like, what happened? Like, it wasn't me. And he looks at Hunter. It's like, it wasn't me.
And probably like news feeds going on about, this is so-and-so from Halcyon City News, etc.
When the satellite dish explodes, a fragment of the shrapnel hits the rope that was holding up a Spinoman, and it flips. And of course, a Spinoman always lands on his feet. And he does
just like a brontosaur always lands on its back.
And he lands actually like on his tail, bounces onto his hind leg, on his tail, and he breaks his feet free, like the ropes go free, and he lands, oh yeah! We did it! And you can bet if you don't stop him, he's going to talk to the press in a minute and take the full credit.
Full out flying body tackle.
What, engage? You're going to engage Spinoman?
Why not?
Yeah. Okay, let's...
Moment of anger here.
That's his rival.
I mean, to be fair...
Oh, do you want to clear the anger condition?
Do I have anger?
He doesn't. I have anger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you gave me afraid and
yeah,
hopeless.
Do we clear any conditions off of that one?
You
or?
can clear conditions in a minute when we end the session.
Fantastic.
But to clear angry, you hurt someone or break something important. To clear afraid, you run from something difficult. To clear guilty, you make a sacrifice to absolve. To clear hopeless, you fling yourself into easy relief. And to clear insecure, you take foolhardy action without talking to your team.
Well, Derek, it sounds like you might tackle him in this case because you're angry.
Hopeless, I fling myself into easy release.
Yes.
I walk up to the fucking media.
Yeah, you're like, you get to name the team now. Horizon Knight.
Yeah. Fuck it, 4 lights. Because there are 4 lights.
Okay, so.
I don't know. I can't think of anything. Derek can't think of anything cool.
Okay.
We really should have asked our Patreon subscribers to come up with team names.
Well, I mean, team, yeah, okay, so.
Team Save Spinoman.
Yeah. Horizon Knight and his team have saved Halcyon City from an incursion from another world and from Dr. Apocalypse, who remains at large.
And meanwhile, in the background, they've just watched Spider-Man literally fall off of a crane and right himself. And he's just going, we did it!
Yeah.
And
Spinoman is like, and with my assistance and being here, I will be happy to provide
and then
full
Enforcer punches him.
Endorsement for Knight of Horizon and his mighty band of followers.
Roll to punch him, Bernard. This is the ultimate catharsis. Punch it, Spinoman. Well, one of those was a 5.
He saved you from the hospital. The goons, by the way, are like coming out.
That's a 5 on the floor, if we want to count it there.
Sure. The goons by the fountain, though, your other members of the 25, they're like shaking off some kind of like control that was over them.
You're looking at like a 13, Bernard.
I'm -2 to directly engage, so
11.
It would be 11.
Okay, yeah, you knock him out in front of the press.
If any influence you had over him, you have now all rejected. And
I'm just gonna laugh my face off at that.
He's no longer someone that you see as someone who has influence over you.
I need a new rival now.
And so the 25, they break down. They surrender. The goons at the different sites without Apocalypse's control gas and drugs. They're no longer under his influence, and they're reasserting the same self-control that you had. They're gonna start looking to you for a little bit of like, what do we do now? And you
Quietly,
maybe form a hockey team.
I still have the afraid condition.
Yeah.
So, and my mundane is pretty low. So when they come and ask me, Enforcer about what do we do now, he's just like, 1 second, and then just kind of
Just tries to like
goes
tiptoe
home,
away.
and then cuts to you fixing the wall at the arena. And if you had any guilt, you're also like absolving your guilt from that as well. But we can go through some other stuff. You get a message from your brother going like, I've had a crazy night, and he's gonna tell you all about it. It involved some like bunch of alien YouTube pop stars and some weird like there's something
He's like, I'm
weird going on.
pretty sure I got drugged, and I'm like, you're 8.
And he's talking like he hung out with this guy who is kind of like a younger, not as cool version of Spinoman. He just got his really long neck. And anyway, he went to the other universe. He was hanging out with them. And
Brontoboyus.
Brontosaur.
Brontosaur. But he seems to be back now, and it was like a 12-year-old bender. And Orion, he's like, I don't know how you did what you did. He doesn't know what he can do now for you. You've done something that the Zodiac couldn't do for 40 years. But here we are. We're all in your debt. Hunter's already gone back to his world, returned once the wall went back up. Yep. And the consulate building of the Galian alien the building in all of its disrepair has somehow been returned. So that's just their city's problem now.
That sounds like a someone else problem.
Reappeared over the severed part of their building and then would have just fallen because they don't have an Orion in their town.
Don't they all have heliokinesis or something as a species? Or was that just white light?
Look, I can't help
white
them.
light.
Well, another dimension, not my problem.
that is officially outside
Sounds
of your
like a
sphere
you
of influence.
problem.
I'm not even 20 yet. Anything I have enough trouble worrying about this dimension.
And the rubble remains because the stadium was shredded to pieces. It returns, but like as a pile of bricks. So there. I guess there's new contract work if someone wants to rebuild the stadium. The metahumans get to work on that. And Nova, your powers, you've learned another state of. Anyway, everyone can take an advance. Whatever you want. We're kind of going through the epilogue now, aren't we?
Yeah.
At the end of session, grow closer to the team. Explain who made you feel welcome and give influence over that character. Clear a condition or mark potential. So let's have a little bit of a epilogue here for each team member. Nova, who made you feel welcome in this group and give them influence and clear a condition or mark potential?
Okay. I'm just trying to think. Well, the only character who I really, I guess, interacted with...
Sorry. At the end of the session, you can choose one. Grow closer to the team,
okay.
Grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team. You get to pick one of those 3.
Oh, okay. Well, I probably will pick growing more into the image of myself.
How do you see yourself and why? And then shift one label up and down.
Okay. Well, I guess after everything that happened, I guess I saw myself more as a more powerful being I slightly started to understand.
Sorry. I am God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I started to feel more that these powers I thought I had are more godly and unknown, that I just started to feel more confident in these powers and really want to start to, dwell deeper into more
Neon
control.
Blast returns to his homeworld to learn more about his powers.
I go back home to hang out with Seamus.
Yeah.
And Poochie.
Because now you've learned that you can like color correct your TV with your powers.
Poochie,
Yeah.
the mysterious refugee from another world who just won't go away, no matter how much we ask him to.
Seriously, you're like the sad clown in The Sims.
Oh.
Bernard, do you grow closer to the team? Did you grow into your own image of yourself, or did you grow away from the team?
I grew closer to the team.
So, who made you feel welcome in the team and give influence to that character and clear a condition or mark potential?
It
No,
would
no,
be
no, 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 no,
Horizon Knight.
Okay, and how did they make you feel welcome?
Just by forming the team, giving the enforcer something to believe in, something solid, and making him feel like he has people to protect and is useful again. And it's not just a hodgepodge group of individuals. We're actually an official team of badasses.
He has real feelings.
A team of badasses. That's your team name now. Badasses.
Are you sure it's not team? What was it? Save Spinoman from darkness.
Yeah, team save Spider-Man.
Team we punked Spinoman, and all we got was this lousy Spinoman brand T-shirts.
Yeah, he actually sends you like a thank you package full of like Spinoman DVDs and branded mugs and like a thank you pair of Spino chocolates.
And
Spino
we open it and the enforcer literally just like picks it up and takes it out back. You just hear things smashing, and we're all just like, well.
He drop kicks it literally over the city.
Janice, did you grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it has to be into my own image of myself because now I can't pretend to not be.
Yeah, well, at least everyone. I mean, it was just Spino-Man and the full team.
No, you literally said there were people like recording it.
Filming it. Yeah, you're right. You were on.
I was on
But
like
there was so
national
much
television.
glare from the light.
No,
though.
the part of it is your mask has been pierced. You can still try and live your life. There's always ways in comics to reassert your secret identity, but at least for now, Mom and Dad know.
Mom and Dad know when I'm in trouble.
Is this you? Are you a hero?
I come home and it's just like
You want to raise a hero?
This is not the mild-mannered behavior we expected from the Shrub family.
I told you have to be a doctor.
I can't
Grounded.
be a doctor, Mom, because I would absorb the X-rays in a hospital and redirect them to patients and give them all cancer.
Then you could be Dr. Obscure, and that sounds so much better and more prestigious than just being regular
No, Mom,
Obscure.
it sounds like a supervillain. She's like,
So
go to your
join
room.
us next week where Obscura goes to medical school. And finally, no, I didn't
Oh, okay, I
forget
was
you.
deliberate.
Finally, Horizon Knight. You are the leader of the team, de facto leader of the team. Did you grow closer into your own image or away from the team?
I gotta say I grew closer into my own image.
And how did you see yourself?
This was my science. This wasn't me using Captain Orion's science. This was me using my science to fix something that his couldn't.
That sounds superior.
It's hell yeah, it's superior.
So raise your superior.
And I'm gonna lower my mundane.
Yeah. And how do you see yourself, Janice?
I mean, I definitely cleared my guilty thing because my brother's back.
Yeah, so do you want
That's
to
a
grow
thing.
closer to the team to clear the condition?
that
Oh
was-
wait, that puts my superior at 3. Jesus.
If you want to grow closer to yourself, you just shift your labels. You get to choose where
No,
your
I get
label
to
goes
shift
at.
my label.
How do you see yourself now?
I guess I'm gonna go up 1 in Savior and down
Mundane.
1 in Mundane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because everyone knows who you are now.
Surprise.
Yeah, you're not a mask. You're actually you are the Obscura. That's you. That's just my
me.
name now, Mom. I
That's
want you to
me
call
now.
me that. I'm not Karen anymore.
I'm not Karen anymore, Mom. And she's like, that's what it says on your birth certificate. That's what I'm gonna call
Oh
you.
my god, it's the fucking OA.
So that's our little like epilogue as our team is formed.
Our team forms.
We had a chance to cross over into the first mask campaign, but instead we were just sort of dealing with the restoration and damage left over from that last campaign, and you ended up just sort of protecting your own world. But so it ended up being more of a spin-off offshoot than a direct sequel. It was just sort of like, meanwhile, in another world, they were dealing with the crap that they caused in the first game. So, but thankfully, it sounds like the
restoration you created in your world will have effects in all the others.
But this is also very much like the end of the premiere of Young Justice, where it's basically we want a seat at the table.
Yeah.
We want you to the adults to actually take us seriously as a team now.
You get a seat at the table, you become a Zodiac.
Oh shit!
That's what happens here. Orion is like,
which is now adding additional responsibilities and loyalties.
he brings you on as more of a protege. If you want to be his protege truly, then it's time you learn everything. And you in the last shot, if we're gonna leave on a cliffhanger, is returning to Orion base, all 4 of you, and he goes, "It's time I showed you the real truth." And he turns on a display. The table like turns over and shows Orion's bow. And it goes out, and it's showing other holes in this dimensional space beyond Earth, all around the solar system. And Orion's bow is deactivated, but the Zodiac's job has only just begun, and now it's time for the next generation to take over the burden. So
Cue theme music.
So join us next time when Obscura joins medical school. The Bull finally gets to ride a Zamboni. Nova gets a high score in the arcade, and Horizon Knight becomes the defender of the realms. As you do. And actually, join us right now on our Patreon page for the debrief episode. We're going to talk about this game real quickly. And if you are a supporter on Patreon at the $5 or more range, you will get access to that debrief, which will be available today, the day that this episode comes out. So it's all there for you on Patreon. And of course, a huge thank you to our Patreon supporters who were a part of this. We had Jonathan Neeson as Dr. Apocalypse and Spinoman. We had Stephen Prince from the Prince family with Nova, as well as Anka the mother, and we didn't really get around. Oh, and Josh, brother Josh.
Brother Josh, did you enjoy your 12-year-old bender?
Josh Shrub, our missing persons. And until we meet again here on Terrible Warriors, I don't know what game I'm playing next. I don't know. It'd be cool.
I don't know what game any of us are playing next.
I'll put a poll up on Patreon. How about that?
Yeah.
I have been your director here for the shows. My name is Dustin Ecock, and my players around the table, at my left, your right, it has been Scott.
Bernard, you got to punch Spider-Man in the face.
Yeah, you did.
Derek Bard from Chasing the Muse.
Cool dino.
And Brie Poisonne. Yeah.
And until we meet again on the Terrible Warriors, wow.
We saved Spider-Man for Dr. Apocalypse.
We did. We set out. We came, we saw, we conquered. We saved Spider-Man from Dr. Apocalypse.
The Terrible Warriors has new episodes every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that's it for Masks. And that means if you're a Patreon supporter, you can head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Terrible Warriors, where the debrief episode will be posted, so you can find out what we thought about our second go at Masks, as well as the complete campaign of Masks 2, I don't know what else to call it, is also there, so you can click on that. And if you're a Patreon supporter and you joined in late and you've missed out the old debriefs, or you don't have the collections of the previous campaigns, those playlists are all there for you. You get a link to it when you sign on, right away. It's just there in the posts. On Thursday, we return to Derek, Will, and Wes in the Parliamentary Republic of Valemount in a campaign called the Lillenberg Murders, an entire world of their own creation set in the mountain regions of Valemount. It has a bit of steampunk, it's got a bit of Teutonic era Middle Ages. There's clockwork robots, there's monsters from another realm, there's fairies, it's crazy good stuff. On Tuesdays, now that Masks is done, there's nothing stopping us from finishing up with Friday the 13th, Strive to Survive. Mike the Birdman Dodd is taking our oddly attractive collection of 20-something adults through the woods, and he's got Jason chasing us. We're all gonna die. It's gonna be terrifying. It's just gonna be absolutely terrifying. So, Strive to Survive, taking over Tuesdays as we travel into June. And also on Thursdays, alternating with Valemount, is our ongoing Stargate SG-12 story, also run by Derek the Bard, but with players from both Ontario and Alberta. Yes, it's a cross-Canada journey through the Stargate to another world where we have to go take on space Romans or something. Anyway, they got a shield.
they got a shield. It's definitely not of human origin. There's a whole mystery going on with the Shield of Mars. The Stargate SG-12's Shield of Mars, also on Thursdays. If you want to know what we're doing with our schedule and the games that are coming in the future, terriblewarriors.com is where you go, as well as clicking on that Adventures tab. That will take you to our archive of every game we have ever released, available forever for free for you, broken into handy playlists, because we don't play all of our games in order anymore. So if you go there, you can listen to the adventure as you want in a single easy-to-eat package. That's how we do things now. We're awesome. You're welcome. And if you do like what we're doing and you think we are awesome and you want to thank us, you can do so at patreon.com/terriblewarriors and you can give us money. Because that keeps the lights on and helps us purchase new games for the future, helps us plan out crazy ideas for our new season. This show is brought to you by Patreon supporters, and the names that you heard throughout our Masks game, even Spinoman and Dr. Apocalypse, those were actually purchased by Patreon supporters as part of our rewards program. Today's Terrible Warriors: Derek Burrow, Justin Ecock, Poisonne, Bernard, and Scotty Bordas. And until we meet again in another adventure sometime in the future, thank you for listening, for reviewing, liking, sharing, and playing games. Thank you for telling stories, and in doing so, thank you for becoming a terrible warrior.